What we are currently witnessing from this Arsenal team is not normal. This is not normal. 10 wins in a row, 8 clean sheets in a row, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League group at the moment. We've won every game in the Carabao Cup. The last time we didn't win a game was Manchester City, and we probably should have won that game. The last time we lost the game was Liverpool, and that was a game of fine margins, came down obviously to a moment of magic from Szoboszlai. This start to the season from Arsenal has, I think, outdone anyone's expectations. If you said to me before the season, in the first 16 games, you're going to win 14, lose 1 and draw 1, I would have laughed at you. I would have said that you're absolutely crazy. If you told me that we're going to keep 8 clean sheets in a row, do you know how crazy that is? Do you actually know and realise how mad that is? We've now equalled a record of 8 clean sheets in a row that was set by Arsenal in 1903. If Arsenal go and keep a clean sheet against Sunderland on the weekend, it'll be the longest consecutive amount of games keeping clean sheets in Arsenal's history. This is the best defensive start to a Premier League season in Arsenal's history. Arsenal are on track mathematically to concede less goals than the 04-05 Chelsea team. That's just a fact at the moment that we are on track to do that. I'm not saying we will. I think that record is ridiculously hard to break. You know, I expect there to be a game or two where we concede 2 or maybe 3. Though we don't concede 3 goals. The last time we conceded 3 goals in a game was Luton. And that was, I think, over 100 games ago. I'm kind of running out of words to talk about this Arsenal team, and it feels a bit too good to be true. Every time I sit down to watch Arsenal now, I just expect to win. And actually not just win. I expect us not to concede, and not even to concede shots on target. You know, in that game today against Slavia Prague, when Ben White gave that penalty away right at the end, I was devastated. I was fuming. I was literally thinking, well, there's the record. You know, we're 5, 6, 7 minutes away from keeping another clean sheet. Another game where we don't concede. Another game with no shots on target. And then Ben White sticks his leg up and I'm absolutely fuming. And obviously VAR overruled it and I was buzzing. Like I said, what we're seeing from this Arsenal team right now is not normal. It's crazy. And there's rival fans saying, oh, but you haven't won anything. You can't get excited. Why can I not get excited watching my team? I don't get it. I don't get this narrative of not being able to support and back your team and stick your chest out and believe. That's why we watch football. You know, people saying it's boring and it's not entertaining. Arteta and Arsenal's job is not to entertain rival fans. Arteta and Arsenal's job is to win games of football. At the moment, they are doing it and they're doing it emphatically. Right? They're not even allowing teams to shoot. It's crazy. The fact that there's even a narrative against us, set piece FC, you only score from corners and free kicks. The fact that even narrative even exists just shows how much rival fans and haters don't want us to win. They are so desperate for Arsenal not to win. But when you look at the start to this season, 25 out of 30 points in the Premier League. Right? What's it? 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. The Invincibles, after 10 games, had 24 points. This team has more points than the Invincibles did at this stage of the season. Yeah, it's early. I agree it's early. It's still very early. Anything can happen. If we go and lose to Sunderland and then lose to Tottenham and Chelsea and Man City or Liverpool win their next 3, it can all switch around. But I don't think, at the moment, just looking at this Arsenal team, I don't think that's going to happen. And these next few weeks, obviously we've got Sunderland, international break, and then 3 big games. For me, this is make or break. These next 4 fixtures for Arsenal, it could make or break our season. Sunderland away. Obviously, we know the form they've been in this season. Currently, I think, sitting in the top 5 or 6. Granit Xhaka's obviously going to play a big part in that game. He's been brilliant. Arguably, you could say he's been the signing of the summer in the Premier League. That's going to be a massive game. They're going to be well up for it. They've got a big stadium. I think it's over 50,000 seats or 45,000 seats, their stadium. You have to go and win that. That's a must win. I'm going to make a video specifically on that game tomorrow about how important that game is, but that's a must win. Especially with Liverpool and City playing each other this weekend. One of them's going to drop points, if not both. And then that run after the international break, it will make or break our season. We've got Tottenham at home, Bayern Munich at home, and Chelsea away. Now, if you go and lose 2 out of 3, or draw 2 and lose 1, or just get some bad results, it could go downhill. We saw a couple of years ago, I think 23-24 season, we had Bayern Munich and we got knocked out of the Champions League. Then we had Aston Villa at home. And that was essentially the week that decided our season that year, because we lost to Villa and then obviously went on to not win the league or the Champions League. So this is a massive few weeks. But you can't look at this team now and say that you wouldn't put past them to win all of those games. Like I said, Sunderland have been in great form, got some good players, but they're a newly promoted side. I watched their game against Everton on Monday. They give up chances. I know we're going to have no Gyökeres. Marino probably going to have to play up top, but Marino went and banged 2 goals tonight. Why can't he score against Sunderland? He's done against Real Madrid. You back him against anyone to score. Tottenham at home, they're shocking. They are absolutely shocking. Defensively, they're so bad. Yeah, they can hurt you on the counter if you let them into the game. I know they beat us 1-0 in pre-season, but we're so much better than Tottenham right now. Chelsea away, why can't you go there and win? Sunderland did. If we go and beat Sunderland, why can't we beat Chelsea? I don't think it'll be an easy game. It's not going to be a walkover. I think the Caicedo-Rice dynamic is going to be massive in that game. But if we play to our best, if Saka turns up, if Declan Rice plays his best, if the defence, as they've done pretty much every game this season, if they turn up, David Raya, Zubimendi, I think we saw in that first half in the game against Slavia Prague how much we missed Zubimendi in terms of his control. We can go and beat Chelsea. I think Bayern's going to be a massive, massive test. They've won every single game they've played this season. I know they're playing against PSG today. I think they'll probably win that as well. But yeah, this is going to be a huge few weeks for Arsenal. But don't be scared to support your team. Don't be scared to stick your chest out and believe. Because genuinely, that's what football's about. I don't want to look back in 10 years and go, yeah, so that 25-26 season, I didn't support and believe in this team until the final day when they actually lifted the trophy. I want to be able to go, I remember that game against Fulham when they ground out that 1-0 win. I remember that game against Palace, again, 1-0 win. I remember Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, 4-0. I remember Leeds and Nottingham Forest. Yeah, we lost against Liverpool, but you know what? We actually played well. We put up a good fight, and on another day, maybe we win or draw. City, we should have won. I want to be able to recount every single game of this season. Hopefully all the way up to the moment of us winning a trophy. I'm not the kind of fan who says, it doesn't mean anything yet. These games all mean something. Every time I sit down to watch Arsenal with friends or family or on a watch-along or wherever, it means something. The reason I watch Arsenal and I'm into football in general is because I want to enjoy it. What's the point in people saying you can't enjoy it yet and listening to rival fans shouting and screaming, but yeah, I want to enjoy Arsenal playing football. And every time I sit down to watch Arsenal now, I enjoy watching them play football. And sometimes it's all you can ask for as a fan. Obviously, we want it to result in trophies. And I truly think it will at the end of this season. But right now, Arsenal are in a great place. And like I said, this next few weeks, Sunderland, Tottenham, Bayern Munich, then Chelsea, I think it's going to be make or break for Arsenal's season.